Welcome back to our generous viewers on our roundtable discussion. Today's segment, we are tackling what men want versus what women want. And we're talking about in relationships. Doesn't matter if it's a 1 week relationship or a whole lifetime relationship. There are certain things that women want and there are certain things that men want. So we don't get it twisted. Everyone is responsible for their own role in their relationship. So no one goes about thinking that they're perfect and their partner isn't. Therefore, it's a shared responsibility and we all have to bring it on. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming back from our little break. We have Lillian from London, United Kingdom. Say hi, Lillian.
Hi, guys. Still here.
Welcome on the show. Sitting tight, everyone. We have Ozzy from Massachusetts, United States.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you again, Ozzy. We have Adugo from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Adugo, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. We're back here again. Back and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. Sit tight and enjoy, and you're welcome again. And we have Chibuzo from Brampton, Ontario, Canada.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome again, Chibuzo, and everyone sit tight and enjoy. So the question is, Chibuzo, this question is for you. A lot of times people go by the saying, or would I call it a cliche now, marry your friend, marry your friend, marry your best friend. So on that note, how much role does friendship play in a healthy and thriving relationship?
Yeah, everyone would say marry your friend, in the sense that they believe that we call it your soulmate, if there is anything like soulmates. Someone that have known you, someone that you can be you without judgment, someone you can say anything without misunderstanding you. To me, is your friend. You can as well also, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I can. I muted.
So there are advantages and disadvantages marrying your friend, someone that have known you for a long time.
Wow.
For example, you are looking at yourself when you were younger, when we don't even know the meaning of love. We play it, but we don't really know the depth of it. You could see that as time goes on, there are some certain things you would notice in the guy, or the guy would notice in the woman, that, oh, I never knew this. I wouldn't have got into it.
Too late, buddy.
Yeah.
You signed the lines. Do
So
not lies.
I would say the disadvantage is more greater than the advantage.
Oh, wow.
Because the woman might be the smarter one, insecurity will set in. Because you are doing better, he won't understand it that, okay, oh, this woman is more, how do I put it? More like more driven than the plan.
Yeah.
Right? So when you try to display that potentials, insecurity sets in. And that is when couples start having relationship problems in most cases.
True.
So I should say, marry someone that understands you better. It doesn't matter if that person is your friend or not. Then create that friendship. Why?
Through that understanding.
Yes.
Because understanding, to me, I think, is a mutual respect.
Respect.
You know, because, I mean, you can, listen, I've heard someone say this. That's not my word. It's someone's word, but I don't remember who said it. He said, you can choose to understand who you want to understand. You see? So it's like understanding goes side by side respect. And some people have said that respect is love. You can't do respect if you don't do love, and you can't do love without respect. So both of them go together. In other words, when you want to understand someone, you can really understand someone. All you need to do is look from the person's side of the angle of view, like the person's perspectives. Maybe put yourself in the person's shoes. And where there is a mutual understanding, friendship is never lacking.
Yeah, so I should add that allow human consciousness creates the situation at
Yeah.
hand, and not situation creating human consciousness. So if you understand what I mean,
Mind over matter.
yeah, it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, mind over matter.
Create your relationship the way you want it to be and work towards achieving that goal or that aim of friendship.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Ozzy. Ozzy. Oh, okay, because you're muted. So in a situation where the man is never, telling the woman anything, you know, uh, the woman constantly tries to have a dialogue about anything or nothing. I mean, it doesn't have to be a serious issue. It could just be maybe about something that happened in the neighborhood, her family, or anything. And the man only just sits and listens and never communicates in like manners. In other words, the man goes about his days, comes home, never telling the woman, oh, my day was good, my day was bad, I experienced A, B, or C. How can both of them really carry that relationship along where there is never a two-way communication? It's always been a one-way, and basically there is no transparency.
Well, that's like living with a total stranger.
Absolutely.
That's just, I mean, worse than a stranger. I mean, what's that all about?
Exactly.
I mean, there are multiple conversations. I mean, there is no way a relationship can thrive, or grow
Maybe
without
we could
communication.
arguably say there is no relationship, because if there's no communication, what's the
Exactly.
relationship?
What makes a relationship is a communication.
Yeah.
You have everything. Yes, I understand sometimes the man might come home tired or probably had a rough day, don't want to talk about it. But after a while, some rest and all that, he should be able to get into it. So if that man is holding back and don't want to communicate, then the woman really needs to find out, do I really want to, I mean, does this man really want to be in here with me? Or is there something else going on? Or is he sick or something? You just have to find out. Yeah.
And guess what? When he's not communicating with you, he's suddenly communicating with someone else.
Obviously.
Somebody else.
And
exactly.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. And another thing, I keep saying this, I can't stop saying this. If a woman gets into a relationship, you should be able to understand a man. You should be able to understand what you're getting yourself into. From the day one, you should be able to know if this person is someone that loves communication, or this person is someone, if a man doesn't communicate with you at home or in a relationship, I mean, there's nothing going on. Like I keep saying, love is never enough in a relationship. People think, I mean, if you guys can remember what we said the last time we had this segment, and I told you guys that many people think it's all about love in a relationship. It's not. It's not love. Love is not enough in a relationship. First of all, there should be mutual understanding. You cannot tell me you love this person, but you guys don't have understanding between the two. It doesn't work that way. It can work. So they should be able to understand each other from the onset.
To be honest, and I'm not cutting you off at that. To be honest, I believe in love, and I believe that love matters in a relationship. And I don't know if I would use the phrase love is enough. I don't know if I would use it, but
love
honestly,
is not enough.
From my heart, I think love can be enough. But I also know, hold on a second, in my books, I don't think that I could say love when there is no communication, transparency, understanding, respect, support,
Exactly. That's why I say
attention,
love is not enough.
affection.
That's why I said
Listen,
love is not enough.
when I use the word love, I'm actually encompassing everything, all the ingredients that make
No.
a
Do you know
relationship.
someone can be in love with someone, but they lack understanding. Someone can be in love with someone, but there is, I'm telling you the gospel truth. Somebody can be
But
in love with
that cannot
somebody.
be love. That has got to be lost. That has got to be lost.
No. I mean, listen, love is standing on its own. Honestly, understanding is standing on its own. Knowledge, respect. You understand?
Yeah.
Knowledge, respect, and all that.
Yeah.
But if I'm telling you I'm coming, if you're telling me that this person is in love with this person, but you lack understanding, you lack what we call, I mean, you lack knowledge. How can you be able to proceed? You can love someone. You can love someone but lack understanding. What are you talking about? So in a relationship, as far as I'm concerned, love is not enough in a relationship. We need all that to build up a relationship whereby you and I can enjoy it.
In
If I
other
don't
words,
respect,
in other
yes, go
words,
ahead.
let me try to amplify what you're saying, or maybe to make it more distinguished. You're trying to say we have to learn, because I think that is where a lot of people falter. Some people, I am actually one of these people, but I tried to get it a different way. I wanted to say some people used to read a lot, maybe soft sell magazines, storybooks, novels, prints, any kind of prints. And then maybe life happens. And for me, in my own case, children happened. And I had to give them all my all, because I had no idea on how to be a mom, so I learned with my kids. And of course, I think every one of us has that same story. But I think there was something about learning. And fortunately, I had 2 for 1. So I started with twins. And when I started, there wasn't any much help that I had around me. And there were times when the help was there, but I wasn't accepting it because I wanted to do my own ways, right? And, I struggled through it. And then it was later on I learned that I should have allowed the help, because I needed them and I needed to rest. But I thought I had to be the one doing everything. But that's besides the point. I knew that becoming a mom pulled me away from reading a lot of books. And I find that when we stop learning, we stop growing. Now, because I know it's also hard for me to concentrate, to focus and read a book, I do audiobooks. So I read audiobooks. And from the things that I've learned from audiobooks, and most of the things that I read, if anyone cares to know, are motivationals and business. So when I read those things, they help me to renew my strength. They help me to renew my philosophy. They help me to renew my discipline. They teach me other things that I've never known before. So we need to grow. You cannot limit your own growth. And that is where a lot of relationship begins to fall back. They begin to, maybe become dysfunctional. People begin to think that it's all about their idea. No, your ideas may be rusty. Your ideas may not even work in this day and age. So you need to learn. You need to add to your own value, to your own knowledge. You have to unlearn certain things too. I'm sorry that I might be monopolizing this this moment.
No, it's okay. We understand what you're saying. But can I say something? Have you ever heard a word where a man says, I love this woman, but I can't continue with her. She lacks wisdom. She lacks understanding.
That is where I talk about knowledge. You have to gain knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's why I said love is not enough. It's a relationship.
Chibuzo wants to say. Chibuzo wants to
That's what I wanted to say, Joy.
Okay.
Love shouldn't be a benchmark for a relationship. You grow it. It's not something you can dabble into immediately. Oh, I love this guy. Most times it's infatuation and not love.
Yes, and lost. Yeah.
So I prefer to use the term like. Like when I got married to my husband, I shouldn't say I love him. No. But something now led me to start loving him.
him.
And most relationship break even because of this word called love. Oh, I have
Love.
met a man.
Yes.
When you start
Tell
living
me
with
about
that
it.
man, you will
Some
not
people
be,
also misinterpret that word love, I think.
it's not love. When
Yeah,
you start living with that man,
You
now
realize that the person left everything.
oh my
Empty brain.
what have I done? Maybe the man will now go to the toilet and poo, and you will hear the smell. Say, "Oh my goodness, I thought I loved this man, but I don't love him." What? But that is the truth. But when you start growing that love, love will now overshadow all the wrongs. You will not even notice when this man is trying to maybe intimidate you. You will be there fighting for him because the love have covered it all. Even when you know that what he is doing is not right, but because of the love that you have already developed for him, you will always be there for him. Most relationships break up because no love.
Yeah. Lillian.
Well, I tend to disagree with that, with the
Oh,
last.
okay.
Yeah.
I like this. This is getting interesting. Thank
I
you.
think that's Adugo that just spoke, right? Is that
No,
Adugo?
it's Chibuzo.
No,
Chibuzo. Okay, so I agree with Adugo, and I disagree with Chibuzo.
Oh.
Love can never be enough.
It can never be enough.
It can never be enough. You know, my sister is still there, Lillian.
Yes.
Yeah. Is she okay? Maybe she probably would talk a little bit more on this what I want to talk about now.
Yeah.
Using myself again, an example. My last relationship, I thought I was, over heels in love. Which I was, really. And also the same with him. But on the long run, I come to realize that there are more.
Ooh, I'm holding on to my seat. I'm holding on to my seat.
It's becoming hard.
Exactly. There are things that I need in this relationship. I mean, but I know, and when I mention those things, he always tells me he loves me. The love should be enough. And and initially I'll take that. I'm like, but it got to a point. I'm like, no, I can't be
love
blinded by
without
love.
action.
I can't be going by love and I'm going hungry. I can't fix my hair. You can assist me in any way and using to. I mean, what kind of love is that? It's never enough. It has to be balanced.
Yes.
I think there are little things we put in here and there after each and every one of us into a relationship that actually will make that love grow. Not the, well, will I say infatuation? Infatuation is not love, but you could call it love too,
Yeah.
So I don't think love is enough. There should be more.
There should be more.
Thank you very much. So we are going to give each and everyone the moment to say the last word. So Lillian, you go first. In conclusion.
Yeah, so in conclusion, each member of the relationship, partners in the relationship, are coming into that relationship with some expectations, and they know what they want, and it's very important, vital. They understand from the onset what they want.
Communicate it.
Yes, and what their partner wants as well. It's very important. That way, everybody will be guided, This is what we want.
There's a plan. There's a plan.
Yeah, there's a plan.
Do it
and
the proper way.
An agreement or I mean, you hear about if they can decide on how many children they want. For goodness sake, they should be before they get into it. So it's so easy for them to say, "Oh, how many children do you think you want?" The woman will say, "Oh, I want 3." The man will say, "I want 4." They've already have this kind of discussions. So of course, I think it's good to have as much and detailed discussion as possible before they really go to the altar if they want to.
Thank you very much. And Chibuzo, what's your last words, your final words?
I will always say, love yourself first, so you'll be able to give that love.
Wow, Ozzy is clapping.
Yes.
Love yourself first, so you'll be able to do what?
Give out that love, because you can't give out what you don't have.
True.
Yeah.
True. Thank
So
you.
all this that we are saying is basically, yes, love is not enough, agreed, but first of all, are you loving yourself? Do you have what it takes to give out that strong thing that
And to be honest, a lot of people, maybe the way they were raised or born or grew up or lived their life until they got into a relationship of a serious nature, they never knew love.
Yeah.
What they always knew was survival. And it's hard for you to communicate love to someone who only knew survival. And I'm talking about both male and female.
And again, trust and patience. Always trust and be patient for everything.
You're talking to me.
Yes, always, always. That should always be our benchmark. Trust the one that you are living with. First, again, trust yourself.
Yeah.
And also be patient with someone that you are dealing with. Just be patient and pray.
Yes. Thank you, Chibuzo. Sister Ebele.
See, Sister Ekpere, that one when mouth just they run anyhow.
Adugo, what's your final words in conclusion?
Yes, I have to say, first of all, let's be able to ask God. Without God, we can be able to achieve something. So if you pray and ask for understanding, knowledge, and wisdom, not just in relationship, it will take you a long way in life. Because when someone lacked understanding, because if we're saying, oh, love is enough, we put love on our forehead and be moving it around everywhere. Love cannot take you to the level that you want to attain in life.
Yeah.
Love can take you to that position that you want to have in life. I'm now keeping relationship by the side. Then bringing relationship as well. Love, I keep saying, and I tell my children, love is not enough. What you should be asking God is to give you understanding, knowledge, wisdom, and also discernment spirits.
Yeah.
So my thoughts would be, let's try as much as possible to be able to understand ourselves, because you need to understand yourself first before you will be able to understand the next party.
Absolutely.
Understand the next party, then make sure that before you get into any relationship, my sister, bro, check them well.
Check out from the inside out. Yeah.
Check them well.
It's true what you just said.
Let me enter into the words. Yes.
It's our individual fundamental responsibility to learn ourselves. I was talking to someone few weeks ago, and I said, it's very important that we learn ourselves. And I mean anthropologically, psychologically, and how else? Yeah, I think so. You know, personality, personality dimensions is important, because while you're learning yourself, you're learning other people. You're learning that there are types. You find your type and you find other types. And by finding your types, you already know what types you go with and what types don't go with you. So you don't waste your time. You don't deceive yourself. You don't, deceive anybody or waste anybody's time. You get it right the first time and you always get it right. If you ever do it right once, chances are you do it right over and over and over again. Before I give Ozzy her final words, let me say this, in addition to what everyone else has said. What men want in terms of hygiene for women, women also want the same hygiene for men. I mean, I've heard people talk about how they got into this relationship with this guy, or they're getting to know this guy, and he's very, very poor in hygiene, and that was it. Hygiene can be a deal breaker. Poor communication also can be a deal breaker. Laziness of a man can be a deal breaker. And of course, a man who is a maybe unintelligent or unknowledgeable, could I say unknowledgeable? Unknowledgeable lover. It could be a deal breaker. You know, a lot of times women don't discuss that piece, but men should know that just as a woman being a poor lover could be a deal breaker, or poor in hygiene could be or having poor hygiene could be a deal breaker. The same goes for women. I would say success is a turn on. Man, when you are successful, consistently working hard, consistently winning it, consistently packing the bags, you are turning me on. I'm speaking for myself, and I think there are people who think the same way I think. A man who is a failure, back and forth, or constantly failing at things, little things, minor things, big things, is a major turn off for me. You know, you have to also win it all the time. Bring it on. Challenge yourself. Go for the goals and hit it right. And in order not to take over this whole conversation, Ozzy, your final words, please.
Imperfection and unforgiveness. Both parties should have this at the back of their mind, that no one is perfect.
Yeah.
And we should learn to forgive.
Yeah.
Especially if the goal is a long-term relationship, that you really want this to work. Nobody wants to go into marriage and have at the back of their heart that at the end of the day, they don't want to be in that marriage. I know some circumstances do happen.
Yeah.
That is beyond our control. But if we can overlook some certain things most times, you know, and not sweat this little stuff, not sweat every little stuff, we will make it through. So I am also learning, you know, as I go along, that I need to learn to forgive, you know, and I think everybody, I used to, you know, like say, oh, I wish you would just act like me or think like I do. But I have come to know, yeah, you know, we are all unique. They don't have to be like me. And we complement each other.
Yeah.
I complement his weaknesses, he complements mine.
Yeah.
You know, so we take all this on board when we have a relationship. Just knowing that, yeah, the love might be, you might be over the cloud, but when you get down in, he's an imperfect man.
Yes.
So we should have that of our mind.
And she is an imperfect woman. We are all imperfect beings. And I'll also add that forgiveness does you good. When you forgive people, it's not about them, it's about you. You need the peace. And they also need to, you know, they need to be free from that bondage of your unforgiveness. And unforgiveness makes you sick. It may not do anything to them, but it could make you sick. So don't be sick, stay healthy, and also find a silver lining. Sometimes those difficult situations gave us the biggest blessings, the biggest breakthroughs, and they brought the biggest experience into our lives. You know, going over and over feeling bitter about it doesn't do you any good anyways. So why carry the bitter bag? Just drop that bag and live freely. And having said that, I would say once again, thank you, my amiable ladies, for contributing your beautiful wealth of wisdom, insight, foresight, wisdom, and knowledge on this segment. Thank you very much to our generous viewers for viewing. Comment with your questions, like and share on all platforms, and please subscribe to our channel. Once again, it's your amiable host, Amaka Beké, host of Legacy. And thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Good night now.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ladies.
Night, guys.
Everyone. Good night, everyone.
Nice.
All right.
We love you, viewers, and please coming back for more beautiful contents.